Welcome to Street Parliament, where real issues meet raw voices. I'm your host, Chimelli, and today we're shining the light on a very pressing issue: political promises versus the reality. We were promised change, better roads, jobs for our youth, stable electricity, but now instead the roads are worse. There are no jobs, the market is dimmer, the light is unstable. So today we're standing here where the Karo people are holding court to ask the simple question: where is the change we were promised? Before we continue, Tante has an explainer to set us in motion.
The relationship between a governing body and its electorate is fundamentally a social contract, initiated and renewed by the exchange of votes for promises. Yet, across many democratic landscapes, particularly in emerging economies, a painful discrepancy exists between the rhetoric of political campaigns and the lived reality of the citizenry. The promises of better roads, stable electricity, and abundant jobs frequently dissolve into worsening infrastructure, deeper darkness, and economic stagnation. Political campaigns are theaters of aspiration where promises are crafted for maximum emotional impact rather than strict feasibility. By making broad non-binding commitments such as eradicating corruption or ensuring prosperity, politicians achieve two goals. They appeal to the widest possible demographic, and they create a legal and rhetorical safety net that allows them to later attribute failure to unforeseen circumstances or bureaucratic hurdles. These vague assurances lack the concrete metrics, timelines, and budget that would make them truly accountable, setting a precedent for unfulfilled expectation. Now, on the impact. The cumulative effect of broken promises extends far beyond mere service delivery. It actively degrades the fundamental components of democratic governance. The most immediate consequence is the erosion of political trust. When citizens repeatedly witness promises being broken, they conclude that the electoral process is an empty charade designed only to circle elite through office. Well, let's hear from the street. Over to you, Chimelli.
Welcome back to Street Parliament. Thank you very much, Tante, for that incredible explainer. Right now, we will take it to the Parliament of the Court of Karu to hear what they have to say. I will start with you, sir. Looking back at the last election, what would you say is the single most important promise made by an official, an elected official, that has yet to be kept?
I would say there are a lot. I know you, as a presenter yourself, you know what is going on, so I don't need to say much. But at the same time, you can see they will make much promises and they won't keep them. Look at the roads, unemployment rate is increasing every day. Things are increasing in the market, price of foodstuffs, go to the fuel station, things are increasing every day. So I would say, for me, this administration is really not doing well at all. If you ask me, they're not doing well. They're not really making us. We're not getting what we want. They just keep making promises when they get into office, even if they are elected or they are not elected. In return, we get nothing. Whether the local government chairman, the councillor, president, whoever that is sitting on that seat, make us go through hell. We're not seeing anything. No jobs, nothing. Just they're picking stones.
Okay, so I'd like to ask, I want it to be very personal at this moment. I know when you started, you said, oh, I already know what is going on, but I want it to be very personal. Which one has affected you the most?
I won't say which one has affected me the most, but I will say everything as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
No stable electricity, no good road, no jobs. Things are expensive in the market, as I said before. Things are expensive in the market. And when you speak, you don't listen. when you come out to do a peaceful protest, it doesn't go anywhere. So I don't. We keep going through the cycles,
Yeah.
going through the cycles every day. Nothing keeps coming out. So for me, I don't see any use for it. We can't keep pricing things in the market where we cannot get anything in return. We keep working on the same circles. So I don't think everything
It's personal.
is personal, not to
Okay.
me alone. Everything is personal to every citizen in this country.
All right.
Everything is personal. So if you ask me, I won't even go back to voting anybody in the next coming election. If you ask me,
All
that
right.
yeah.
All right. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right. So, I would like to ask, he has said a lot. He has talked about how, the current administration, their performance has affected him. But I'd like to hear from you. How would you rate the current administration's performance based on, their campaign manifesto that they gave us before they got into seats?
Actually, let me say that my name is Bobby. I stay in Karo site here. Those leaders that promise us heaven and earth, still you, nothing come out. I could remember before APC came to power, we are the ones that register APC members. They promise us we are going to do this. We do the registration, charity, let me say we do it freely without 1 naira given to us. They say we should do it free. We register members. After registration, when APC came to power, they forgot about us that do the registration. To me, those empty promises, we are tired of those empty promises. We need to wake up, we the youths. We need to wake up and select the real people that are supposed to be in the government, not fake people. Keep on deceiving us day and night. Even you can see the security matters is unbearable because people can no longer sleep with two eyes closed, one eye. So it's something that bothers everybody. So for me, those manifestos they did, they are just mere talk. They did not act to what they promised us back before they get into power. To me, I don't know whether there will be a change in 2007. I don't know. But to me, if there could be a change of hand, we should try another leg to see if those new people can work for us. Then we back them. If they can't, I don't know what we'll do again because we are tired of everything.
Okay. All right.
Everything.
Thank you. I'm coming right back. But let me hear from you. They have both said a couple of things, about the current administration. He, in particular, mentioned the security issues. So now I want to ask, based on everything that we've seen concerning the economic hardship, the security crisis, and a lot of other things, do you think that the politicians or the elected officials actually did not have it in mind to sort these issues out? Or do you think that maybe the system is too broken for them to work around it?
Just like other speakers have said before me, um, the only thing I can say is, you understand, concerning the insecurity issue in Nigeria, just like allegedly being said, the politicians actually are the ones behind most of these insecurity issues. So I think the politicians are also the ones who can as well tackle this issue. And once they can help come into play and see that things get sorted out, I think everything is going to be okay. But for now, we will still going to report the politicians as concerning the insecurity level in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So right now, let me hear from a lady, thankfully. Hello.
Hello.
So they have said a couple of things. He has also said his own part, but I'd like to hear from you. generally they've talked about how, this administration is not really doing as much as is expected or as much as they promised. And we've brought up the issues of insecurity, economic hardship, and the likes. So we're talking about who is really to be blamed. Is it that the system is too broken for the elected officials to actually find a way around it? Or do you think they just generally neglect that part of living for the masses?
And to me, the system is broken and they neglect that part of living for the masses because they don't care about us actually. That's how I feel. Because you should check 99% of us here, all of us here, we are graduates. We don't have jobs, we hustle to do one or two. In Nigeria now, if you don't have money to buy a white collar job, you can't be working. And our parents have tried. They've tried for us actually. At this age, we're supposed to be helping, to be doing things in the society that will help us and help our parents. The politicians and the government, they don't care about us, number one. The only thing they care about is our votes. They will come during when it's almost time for their election, they will come and say this and say that, but they won't remember us. There's insecurity, there's hunger, there's hardship. We're not even talking about lives. We're talking about how to survive. It's so painful. It's so painful that in a country like Nigeria, that we're supposed to be developed more than this. But things are just going from bad to worse. This is more than from frying pan to fire. I can remember my lecturer once said, there's a stage we get in this life that will be in between the devil and the deep blue sea, and this is the stage. To me, this is the stage. I'm broken, I'm heartbroken anytime I remember the kind of country we are in. How would our younger ones survive? We're trying to survive, we don't have work. If we should involve on bad behaviors, they will say, they've started. Meanwhile, we're all graduates. So the problem and the fault is from the politicians and the government. They are broken and they are trying to break us, but we can't be broken. They cannot. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Okay. All right. Um, Let us take it to another gentleman here. We're talking about how, this administration has been for everybody, and people have talked about how it has affected them personally. So now we're trying to understand who the blame lies with, because we talked about economic hardship, insecurity, and the likes, and how it has affected everyone. Now, is it because the politicians are, in a broken system that is difficult for them to fix? Or do you think that personally they are not even looking in that direction for the masses?
Okay, what I seriously think is the politicians. Basically, let's talk about the present government. When they came, the increment of fuel subsidy affected the masses, and most of them don't even care about it because they feel they are okay. They are very, very comfortable in their own environment. But check it, look at all the inflation of goods and services. It's really affecting the masses. Some persons can't even eat one square meal, which is very bad in our situation now in the country. So we would like the government to find a way to mitigate the situation of suffering among our masses. Basically, that is the main challenge. It's not that the government is not trying, but the inflation of goods and services is really affecting us in the country now presently. So that is where you hear people talk about bad government, bad governance. So they should work on it. Thank you.
All right, thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Okay.
So let me come over to you. Um, we have seen a long stream of unfulfilled promises from politicians, from elected officials, and all of that. Do you think that in any way this constant stream of unfulfilled promises has affected how you participate in any next political campaign or elections and the likes?
Yeah, on a serious note, uh, with the way things have been going, we don't even know if anything we say or do in the country counts. That's the major factor, the main truth of it. We don't know if anything we say or do will count. Because in a situation that you can't vote for who you want, after your vote, the next thing you know, they will cast the vote to their own satisfaction. So I don't know how they are trying to, I don't know how am I to put it, or how are they trying to make us to feel, or our younger ones coming up, how would they even try to see, because you try all your possible best to vote for who you want him to be on set, but unfortunately, they will just turn the whole thing around. So for our leaders, I don't know. The major fact of everything is that they just need to start the adjustment of everything from the top. Because from we, the grassroots, we can't even say whatever what we say we count. That's the major part of everything. Anything we say or do, I'm not seeing anything counting. So we just pray. All our hope now is on God.
Okay.
For God to just intervene for the country Nigeria. That's just it.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So I have come over to you, and our last speaker has talked about how it is going to be difficult for him personally, to still engage in political issues and elections and all of that. So I'd like to ask, while maybe you might want to add to what he has said, if you agree or not, I'd like to ask, do you think that there are systems that the citizens can use to hold officials accountable, and like which systems?
I think the best way I'll do now is just since my fellow speakers have spoken English, now when we're in the streets, so I'll go with pidgin English. Maybe that way we'll get to go and understand ourselves very well. But
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is that Nigeria will deal like this now. You can't say you don't go beyond repair, because things what we don't see for this country, things we don't experience, promises we don't get. Even the ones who try to accountable self, my brother, my sister or my brother, anyhow it be like they find way maneuver them, because they get immunity. No matter how they try do, and no matter how they try do, they'll get immunity, find way one way or the other. Because it's just like a cycle. That in fact, now family matter, for Nigerian government, a family business. A family business from father to son, from father to. But we the poor masses are struggling to make our own living safe. It's not easy. Now let's say, okay, let's talk about the government. Now this our government. This thing, the policy they give now. Tinubu no get any agenda for an election or any manifestos. So you will not get anyone to hold on for, because they promise in Agbado and then we don't see and well self. So that's what they get to do now for this our country now. Say they waiting they call themselves. Election will come next 2027. I'm not sure say people go come turn up, because people are discouraged. All of us know how we did for the previous election. We know what we did and how we did it. We know how we stood our ground, but at the end of the day, it became selection, not election. It became selection, complete selection. That's why we cannot hold them accountable, because they are not voted in. Nobody was voted in. It was like just like they selected themselves. So now selection, not be election. Why you want to hold them responsible for what you say? You not give them your vote. Or tell you boldly, say no be vote for them. So they're not accountable to you. So that's the fire we say, even Nigeria say, well, that's the manager ourselves, because we're struggling. The tax where they give us. If you want to pay tax, the tax now for say at least when you're paying tax, you're seeing what the tax money is being used for. But in Nigeria, you're not seeing it. Everything this is our regime now, just tax upon tax upon tax, but we're not seeing the outcome of the tax. Things are hard now. Things are talking about next year, they're going to increase tax for fuel, for people that are buying fuel. Look, imagine those Uber drivers or those people trying to survive personal self-employment. You bring tax after paying maintenance or all this, even the maintenance money itself is even hard now. You can't talk of tax, can't talk of all these things. So they're just trying to oppress. In fact, if that's say oppress or suppress the masses, why them there they're enjoying their own self, because it's not affecting them. That is just it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'm coming over to you because you were agreeing to some of the things that he said, but it looked like you probably wanted to add more. So I just want to ask, you heard the question, or would you like me to repeat? Okay. All right then. So the question is just, we talked about how, if involvement of people in the next elections, due to the stream of unfulfilled promises that we've seen and we've experienced, and now we're asking, oh, generally, if it has affected your own involvement in the next election, and if there are systems that you think that the citizens can use to hold politicians or political holders accountable. Yes.
Just like what he said, we're in the street, so we need to muku enter broken proper. You understand? So that if we talk am, they will get to understand and say the thing they pain. See, no matter what you do or what you will talk here, you see this talk we talk here, no go hold water. Because I feel we are wasting our time. One, we are speaking, they won't even listen. They won't listen. come 2027, I promise you, the same thing we are saying today will still happen again. It will still happen again. People who owns whatever they have today doesn't come from what the government provide for them. Now we hustle am by ourselves. We find means still hustle am by ourselves. They make sure say we dey survive and still they oppress us down. So you cannot tell an average Nigerian to come out to vote for the next election. When they vote, at the end, they will still maneuver it and give it to themselves. They will just put people there that will make sure to do whatever they want. They will sack who will not do their bidding. They'll put people who will do their bidding. So you cannot expect people who are roaming the streets, who are trying to look at what they will eat and survive with. Coming next year, what we are saying here today will be different next year. Taxis here and there. We that we do Taxify, Uber, Bolt, we know what we go through every blessed day. We know what we go through every blessed day. We complain every day, but still the government keep quiet. They don't listen to what we say. They don't care about us because they are comfortable. Their family is comfortable. They send their children abroad to stay there. When something else is happening, they call thugs, hoodlums to come and fight and make them sit in the office while their families are over there in abroad sitting, enjoying themselves. While we here suffer, we suffer under sun like they give interview. Children, they AC somewhere they enjoy. So next coming election, see, Omo, if you ask me, I no go even dey there. Because people you see around, if you see here in Karo, we've been in Karo here for like how many decades? We're talking about 3 decades and a half, even not more than. We know what we produce in this place. We're just like a community. We do things that will help each and every one of us. The government has never for one day done something positive for us in Karo here. But we come together, we help ourselves, we create jobs, we give ourselves updates legally, not illegally. We help ourselves to grow, to give ourselves food to eat, help ourselves. Criminals everywhere, robbing us of our properties. Why insecurity keep growing every day? They have security, they have military men, police guiding them, stealing what they will steal. While we here doing something legally, they come after us when we speak. How does that? I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore because if I should continue saying something here, I don't know. Something might actually go wrong.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was something. So I am coming over to you with sort of the same question that I asked him. He has laid bare his grievances generally. But adding to that question that I asked him, I would also like to know personally, do you think that, there is actually anything that the citizens can do in any way to hold leaders accountable? And what is that? What is that can be put in place?
To me, if I may say, can we just talk about the insecurity first? That's the major problem here in Nigeria, insecurity. Although they promise to tackle all those things. Some government of the day fights good luck for insecurity, for them to conquer the Boko Haram and whosoever. But coming to the office, everything gets worse. Everything, killing in Jos, Benue, what do they call it, Mina and Zamfara. Are they supposed to be like that? Your promise is to come and stop the killing. But every day and night, people are not sleeping, but the security they promise us fail us. So how do we go about it now? Are they giving us the mind to vote them in again, or we should stop voting and we'll stay at home? Whether we vote or we don't vote, we'll stay at Zoom office. We know about that because our vote doesn't count. You understand? So the election coming now, I think they have to work on the INEC chairman. The INEC chairman, to me, the previous one, or let me see, the past one, he did not do well. Everybody knew that that thing he did, he cheats Nigeria citizen. He was supposed to do the right thing for a sitting chairman of INEC on a election day. He flew to Lagos Is it supposed to be like that? No. You are supposed to be in the election place where you are supposed to announce results. But you flew to Lagos. Why? Just for you to get your own interest and leave the masses suffering.
Okay, so you're saying that for the next election
Yes,
to be better,
to work
the
on
main thing
is
is
to work on
the
INEC.
INEC. Okay,
They are the problem here.
okay,
INEC is the problem. And I'm saying it to now to tomorrow.
okay.
INEC is the major problem that Nigeria is facing.
All right.
No government is big, but INEC is our problem. So they have to work on INEC.
All right.
Very
All
well.
right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I will come to you just before we wrap up. He has already been saying a lot. I'm sure you must have heard a few of the things that he's been saying.
Yes.
And our question is, do you think that there are systems that, can be put in place or that the citizens can hold on to hold, the leaders accountable? And, what next? What is the recommendation? What next? Where do we move on from here? And, he bare his own grievances, and would like to hear from you.
Thank you very much. I want to say something. You understand? Somebody say something. INEC, which is number one problem we have in Nigeria. And number two, the judiciary. That is the court of law we have in Nigeria. They are very, very, magu is too much. You understand? So our own now is that we are suffering, which the whole Nigerians know. Somebody said something that we, the poor masses, we are suffering, which the top politicians, their children are in abroad, enjoying themselves. We are the ones suffering here. You understand? So maybe 2027 election, I don't think you will see masses that will come out to vote. That is number one. And number two again, please and please tell the present government that we are suffering. We are suffering. We are suffering. We are suffering. We the masses, we are suffering.
All right.
Let them know we are suffering.
They will know. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. This has been such an insightful conversation. Of course, as you've heard from them, to rebuild trust in government, the citizens need systems to be put in place to hold leaders accountable and show transparency of where the money is being spent. The public funds, of course. Systems like e-procurement and open contraction is what the citizens need to be able to hold leaders accountable. This has been Street Parliament. I am Chimelli, and join us again, same time, same station, for another refreshing and thrilling episode. But until then, keep looking for change.